you know the best way to attack. There's some people in their best form when they are shouting, when they are hungry, and they don't listen to you. Later, if you go to meet them the next day and you tell them their fault, they will feel so bad and they will calm down. And you continue to imagine and wonder, is it not the same person I spoke with yesterday? It's the same person, but you came with a different approach. There's a need for you to know the next person beside you. There's a need for you to know how much harm he can do to you. There's a need for you to know the skills that he carries. And that is what is going to make you to say, this is the right person to do. Or this is the right thing to do. This is the right way I want you to work. If you're a manager, or you're an HR expert, an HR officer in a company, at every given point in time, we have committees. There's any time you want to pick up a committee, you can want to pick up a committee for a party. It will not be sensible for someone like you who knows someone who is not fashion sensitive to go and pick the clothes that you're going to use for Christmas party. I'm just using that as an example because actually she might bring up a cloth that is very dull, that is not too good, or that is not out, that is not in vogue. But when you know someone that you know that she knows about the color, and you give her the opportunity to head the committee that's going to pick the color for the company or the cloth for the company, then you are not choosing the wrong person. You're actually putting a wrong peg, a round peg in a round hole. You're not putting a round peg in the square hole. Now, how many of us have learned a new thing from the person that we interviewed? How many of us? Apart from that, how many of us were, apart from the name, I could hear some people asking, what's your marital status? apart from the name, the class, the course of study, the school the person went to, and the marital status or some other things, how many of you are able to learn the weaknesses of the person you were talking with? Within that 5 minutes. How many? Like 5 people. Okay, now, out of these 5 people, how many of us were able to learn the weaknesses indirectly without the person telling us? I don't know if you get my question. I'm interviewing her, right? And I learned about her weaknesses. And she was not the one that told me about her weaknesses. How many of you were able to do that? And you got it. You know, she doesn't listen, she gets angry, she's proud. How many of you got it? The number is very few. We are seeing the reasons why interview may be very important. Very, very, very important. Talking with someone, as an HR expert, he wants to interview about 50 people. Obviously, he may not have to spend more than 5 or 10 minutes with each person. And he has to take the decision that is going to affect his life. If you are not decisive, if you are not concise, if you are not intuitive, you will not get the best of the person at that time. There's a need for you to use your skills to get what others can. An HR expert is not the person that's just putting on the suit and going in to occupy the seat of an HR officer. There's a person that has the head. An HR expert may even be putting on a jean trousers with a t-shirt, but he knows how to manipulate human beings to pay the company. Next time when you are interviewing someone or you're talking to someone, there's a need for us to build on something else. Let us highlight it. We have not gotten to the interview session. We are still talking about human resources. Making people know there are some skills that are needed for us to learn about it. Number one, someone made mention of it. What is it? Boldness. I can measure your boldness by the way I get to meet you the first time. Measure your goodness by the way I get to meet you the first time. Good morning. Good morning. When you greet someone good morning in the morning, and with your handshake, how do you measure the person's goodness? Excuse me. Yes. Okay, let someone volunteer to come out. Let someone volunteer to come out. A fair view, right? Okay. Another one. Eye contact. Eye contact. Look at process. No, it's okay. Look at the person. And another one.
It's response to the way it responds.
Posture, facial expression. Another one. The composture. Another one. The voice. Yes, they are all true. Why are you sitting together? You are friends. We have to separate those friends. We have to separate you. If I hear anything from that side again, we'll separate you. Let that be the last one, please. Another one. Any other way to measure the goodness? Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, put everything into practice. Thank you. Actually, the people you are greeting in the morning, you have a lot of things to measure about them. There was a particular time, I think I was in part 1 then, or part 2, I'm not sure. Is our phone on silence or putting it off? Totally. Thank you. And my uncle told me he's actually a subcontractor. He's not a main contractor, he's a subcontractor to all these people who are taking care of roads. So he used to be in charge of drainages. So sometimes he would put me there to take care of to supervise the guys doing the work. There was a particular time I was talking to him, and I said, Uncle, there's a need for us to reconsider these things and see. Because I realized the way he talks to them is a different way from the way he talks to learned people. Then I realized something later, which he actually told me, that he's actually working and eating on their fear. When you have fear, anyone can walk on you. This word fear. I can cheat you if you have fear, and I'm bold. I can steal from you if you have fear, and I'm bold. And I'll still be bold enough to tell you I stole from you. This is the diversion. What is the truth? A lot of relationships that we have today, ladies that fall victim of wrong guys are actually fearful. Most of them. Someone said, sure. Why do people go to Mozambique World in part 1 for semester? Why? Why? It's not actually catching them alone. Because young people can be good. Because they know that once they leave your room and they know that you are not coming down, you will go to the next person's room. You will go to the next person's room. And they're trying to exercise one thing that they know that you don't know. And if you're fearful, they're going to prey on you. Why do guys succeed in sleeping with people who come for post-jam just one night? I'm being proud.